Hello, welcome to our video presentation, How to Configure Your External ADO/OLE Database to Total Support Help Desk. Important! Please be sure you check with your IT administrator if you are not familiar with SQL scripts. Let's get started. First, you need to locate the configuration utility. This is the core for all your application settings. There are two places this can be accessed. First would be from the main server folder. Open the client files folder and launch the tshdconfig.exe. Second would be from the client. If you installed a client already, open the file location and launch the tshdconfig.exe. This will open the logon screen. If this is the first time you are accessing configuration, the default username is admin with no password. We do recommend once you get to your Users and Departments section, you add a password to the admin account to prevent users from accessing these settings. Now, from the main screen, click on Contact Manager. Next, click on Launch Contact Manager Connection Setting Wizard. Next, click on the bottom option ADO/OLE DB Contacts and click the Next button at the bottom. This screen is where you need to connect Total Support Help Desk to your external database. First, you need to select the connection string. It will pull up a wizard that you can use to set the string appropriately. Start by clicking the ellipse button at the end of the field. This will open the Data Link Properties window. Select the OLE DB provider for your database, then click Next. Now select the database. Enter information to log on to the database and test your connection. This connection must pass to continue. Once passed, click the OK button to return to the General Link screen. Now you need to enter the unique ID field name that will identify a single contact record. Once you have entered the unique ID, click on Next. In this section, you will create your search definitions, fields, and methods. Once that is completed, use the Check SQL button to confirm the script is working. Then click Next. The SQL windows should come up with some instructions by default, but they are designed as comments. A good source to quote for writing SQL is this web address. This next screen is the contact definitions. Here, you will create your script to the contact. Remember to check SQL to confirm, then click Next. This final screen is the link verification. If your scripts are correct and our software can successfully reach the contacts database and fields, this will log on to the database and return a successful connection. Click Save to return to the main Contact Manager options screen. Next, we need to map your Contact Manager fields. Click on Contact Manager Field Mappings. Please specify the appropriate contact field for each of the fields. You must assign at least the contact name and company name before you can continue to the next step. Once you have mapped your general Contact Manager fields, click the Next button. On this screen, you can map a phone number, phone extension, fax, and email address. These are optional and not required. Click Next to move to the final screen. In this section, you can map up to 7 fields. This section is optional. Once completed, click the Save button to return to the main Contact Manager options menu. Last section to complete is the Inquiry Center View tabs. This section is customizable. You can add as many tabs with fields as you need. There are also 4 System tabs, which you can remove if you don't want to see or access them. First tab is Links, which holds all the items for this contact, such as in- and outbound emails. You may not want to remove this one. Second tab is Time Logs. This enters a time log for each time the inquiry is opened, regardless if the time is billable or not. If you don't track time, you can remove this tab from view. Third tab is the History tab. This holds all your contacts' finished inquiries. This one you may want to keep. You may find a need to access a history inquiry while working on a current inquiry. The last tab is Customer Status. This has 7 additional fields that originally were created for the add-on, Inquiry Status Publisher. With or without the add-on, you can use these extra fields. We also provide 3 predefined field layout tabs, View 1, 2, and 3. You can rename the tabs and then just map the field in the order you want them to appear on the screen. Or, if you want to get creative with your layout and tabs, click on New Tab, then select New Custom Tab, label your tab, and click OK. You now have a new tab, which is highlighted from the other system tabs. This indicates a custom tab. Now to add items to your tab, click on the Add Item button to enable it. Then left-click your mouse on the tab grid to open the field selection box. From here, you can select what type of field you want to add, or maybe you want to add an action button. Let's add a field. Select what type of field you want to add, single line, pick list, or memo. Then click OK. This will open the field source options. You can select from inquiry data fields, which are built-in fields we provide. We include 5 date, 4 memo, 10 number, and 10 text. Inquiry status field, which are the 7 additional fields consisting of 6 text and 1 memo, and then there is the contact manager field. This will open a list of fields from your contact manager that you can add to the center view tab. Select your field source and then go to the field name field. Click on the ellipse button at the end of the field. This opens your field selection list. Important! Do not change the field name. Changing this will cause issues when trying to use the software. Next, you can set the tab order. You can also reset the tab order right from the grid. Next is the Allow Editing option. If you are using inquiry data fields or inquiry status fields, you need to enable this option. If you are mapping a contact manager field, if you allow editing here, it will update any changes made in the inquiry back to the contact record. If you have special fields that you want to map as view only, then you should leave the box unchecked. If you do allow editing, the validation is optional. But if you do use the validation option, make sure to select the correct validation for the field type. Example, if you map a memo field and then use a date validation, this will cause issues. Lastly is the field caption. By default, it will use the field name, but you can change the caption to whatever you want. When you are done, click OK. This will place the field onto the grid. You can move the field to any position you want. You can also expand the field size. Once you are done adding tabs and fields, remember to click Save. Important! Once you map inquiry data fields or inquiry status fields, if you come back and delete the field, any data in that field will also be deleted. This is a one-way deletion. Once deleted, there is no recovery of the data. This is also true if you remove the tab. All will be lost. That's it! You're done with Center View Tab Designer. Of course, you can return here anytime to add and edit. Thank you for your time, and we hope you found this video to be helpful. To see more details about Center View Tab Designer, please see your user's guide. And for more how-to videos, please visit our YouTube channel and subscribe to receive notices when new videos are posted.